But I think what's clear from this is something that people have been saying for a while. People in media, analysts, they've been saying all it needs to stop what's going on is one phone call from Trump. So they've decided now is the time to stop this. Now, whether that's because the public opinion, whether that's because they want to save their asset in the region, whether that's because they think they've actually achieved the objectives of why they've allowed this to go on for so long and supplied them, right? But that's all it's taken. It's taken now the Americans to say, okay, let's just stop, right? It's only been stopped now because the Americans have decided that it's going to stop. Trump has decided it's going to stop. Some analysts say that if it was up to the Zionists, the Israelis, they wanted to carry on. They're saying that actually Netanyahu is being pressured here, right? And then all this hoo-ha now is to demonstrate how this is actually a victory for them, how they've achieved everything, right? Because the hostages was a sticking point, but they couldn't get the hostages out without some sort of deal, right? And they weren't willing to make that deal because they weren't even bothered about the hostages, right? You got to understand the West and mainly America has invested in this entity, in this forward base of theirs in the heart of the Muslim land, right? They are not going to allow them to commit suicide. So if that means now they have to rein in because they're starting to look bad, the countries in the West, the people are turning against the leaders and so on, then they can't just allow this and still say we stand with Israel when you have genocide scholars, you have the ICC and ICJ, all these institutions coming out and saying this is plausible genocide, right?